When it comes to positioning the rod for feeder fishing, I'm quite old-fashioned and quite a traditionalist, where I like to have mine set about 45 degrees to the angle where you're fishing. I know with the emergence of commercial fisheries and method feeders and that, a lot of people will like to more or less point the rod at where they're casting. But I like to see what's happening on my tip. It allows me, if I can see my tip is moving, I'm not getting a proper bite, it tells me there's something wrong with the mix. So it allows me to make the changes that I need to help me catch more fish. And coming on to tips is, today we're at Shearwater, it's a massive expanse of water. I've gone for a 1.5 ounce tip, which there's a tiny little bit of toe. I like just to have probably about 1 inch or half an inch bend in my tip to allow me to see what's happening. But as you can imagine, a big expanse of water like this, if there's a wind on, you're going to need a bigger tip. And I would have no qualms at all in about putting a really thick tip on, even up to 2.5 ounce. You don't want your rod bending all the way around, as like I said before, you won't see what's happening in your peg. Then on the other side of it, it wouldn't bother me to have just a 1 ounce tip on, which means that I can see every little single thing that's happening. But today, when the way the fishing's been, 1.5 ounce has been perfect. I am using the 11-foot plus rod. That's because I'm casting a 30-gram feeder. When it's fully loaded with ground bait and pellets, you're probably talking 40 grams. I'm casting 48 meters today. Even though it's a 1.5 ounce tip, you just get the best of both worlds. You get the rigidity of the rod to cast the feeder where you need to get, and the sensitivity of a 1.5 ounce tip. All the tips are interchangeable with all the Acolyte rods, so don't be afraid to mix and match.